another episode of the Bantu Boyz Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Owisa, here with our great manager, Patrick Dilambanza. That's the manager of all managers. Then we got a real special guest. This coach, Toto Yaya, he has no idea how much of a fan I am of his. You have no idea. I love basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my dad and our uncles, they love like football or soccer, whatever you call it. I didn't like it. I love basketball.
Yeah.
So we're here with great coach, John. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your last name.
Nyembo.
Yes, sir. Hey, please introduce yourself, coach.
Well, I'm John Nyembo. I'm a basketball coach and a teacher in Dallas, Texas. I'm also a founder, visionary of DR Congo Basketball, which essentially started as a social media site. And now we run camps. We run camps in Kinshasa, and we're able to help out a lot of Congolese players find pro places in high school and college and so on. So essentially anything related to Congolese basketball, that's where we are. I'm kind of Mr. Congo Basketball.
This is incredible. So were you born here in the States, in Texas, or were you born back home in
No, I'm from Kinshasa, born in Mama Yemo. I'm from Kin. At a very early age, moved to first live in Paris.
Okay.
I'm from South Seine, outside of Paris, and then Montreal for a minute, and then Texas for like the last 20 years. But I've been still moving around a lot. So high school, I did 2 years in Canada, 2 years in the States, and then still going back to Congo every now and then.
Coach, did you play college ball or professional ball?
I played college ball, but I wasn't as skillful as all the other guys. So I played NAIA, Dillon University in New Orleans.
That's incredible. You played.
No,
let me tell you, because, you know, my father came in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And then he died when I was 5. So I would play basketball like religiously. I was in AAU. I had coaches, Batio Mundela would come in front of the house. My mom didn't understand why do they want my son for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't understand. So, you know, I wasn't able to play college, but that's fine. My son.
But that's one of the main reasons why I got started is my mom didn't know. She didn't know about AAU, about high school ball. She didn't know nothing about all that stuff. And I know if I had the opportunity, I'd probably been a better player. Or I never went to basketball camp. You know, I didn't know none of that stuff. So a lot of these kids, first generation, their parents are just go to school and come home. You know, and you play, but you know they don't. That support that is seen in America, they don't know about that. Right. So that's one of the main reasons I got started. I was like, a lot of these parents don't know, and if I could help out, be a connector between home and schools, that could be a big thing.
You know, I mean, we'll probably touch on this later, but you know what's really great? I think what you're doing is you can be the buffer zone and the safety zone.
Yeah,
there's a lot of man. I don't know how many friends I went to high school with Americans where it's like, man, I couldn't go to college because this person was a crook. They were really talented with this, that. So you can like teach us the game behind the game.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so much money in this. But okay, so Coach, how did you come up with DR Congo Basketball? How did you come up with this organization?
So I have to give credit to my wife. When I was coaching, it's an idea that I had a long time ago about, I was like, I would love to be a coach back home and help out. And 5-6 years ago, she put me on Instagram. She was like, hey, this new thing, Instagram, you should get on, and then you should just post about Congolese players. And I remember at first I was like, I don't know. I mean, who am I to post about it? But she's like, you never know. So, and I coached a few kids here in Dallas, and I just posted a few, just, hey, this is so-and-so. I think the first was Naomi Kipulu. She was my first, I trained her. She was 7th grade. So when we got to college, I just posted, here's Naomi Kipulu. I posted a video about her. Now playing Iowa, just like that. And then I think that was one of my first posts. And then me being a big basketball junkie, I was, reading, I'm always ESPN, this and that. Now I would see a name that looked like a Congolese name. I look Kabongo.
Right.
That's the opposite Congolese. I post, here's his, Mick Kabongo, University of Texas. And I post. And then when I contact a lot of other players too, I say, hey, I'm from DR Congo Basketball. It's a social media site. just to connect Congolese players and then also post about who you are. And that's how I got started. And then after that, after I think a year or so, after posting daily about just players left and right, then players start contacting me. It's like, hey, here's a picture of me. I'm playing in Poland, and I'm playing in China. I'm playing in Afghanistan. Just players everywhere. And I would post. So then the Congolese Federation contacted me. It's like, hey, man, we noticed that you have all these players. How do you know them? I said, through social media. And then I sent them a list of players around the world. So the 2017 team that beat Nigeria, that went to Afro Basketball. Half of the players were guys that posted on my site. That just posted on my Congo Basketball site. And then from there, talking to them, befriending them, it was like, okay, well, what else can we do? So in 2017, it was just like, hey, let's do a quick basketball camp. There's not even a lot of hype. Just I had as a coach, I received a lot of stuff from because here in the United States, every year varsity will hand down stuff to JV and JV to freshmen, and they get rid of that for 5 years. So I would tell coaches, hey, I can take this. I can take it home. It's useful. So I went home, and then there's one coach. I saw her video on YouTube. My mom, I saw her video, and I remember saying, when I go to Kinshasa, I'm gonna give her all the stuff because I know they need it. So I went there in 2017, and I did they want to give her stuff. Say, hey, you want to come back a couple days and just have a clinic, a basketball clinic? I was like, yeah, sure. Just bring me. I said, just select the best 20 kids. I come back to this later. It's 200 kids, and I couldn't say no. So we did a clinic, just a 2-hour clinic, shooting, dribbling, passing, just the whole 9. And I'm a coach, so I love coaching. So it's fun. So then, talking with his name is Isaac Camus. He's the head scout of the national team. We talk back and forth, say, hey, let's make a bigger camp now. A for the best of the youth. And I was like, yeah. And then me with trying to, because we essentially our goal is to elevate the level of the national team. Because when I went down there, I saw the talent with my own. I was like, man, I never seen so many 15-year-olds that was 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". You know what I mean? I was right. Yeah, those guys, all you got to do is just train them correctly. Like we hear about the Joel Embiid and the Pascal Siakams and of the world.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys.
Didn't Joel start playing at what? 15, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just 15. And those guys are literally, you can walk down Kinshasa and they're like, he's 13 years old, he's 6'7". He's 14, he's 6'8". Now, I mean, they're just walking around, but they don't have the skill set to play here. And a lot of them, and also another thing that I wanted to do too is a lot of them, they play more of a Euro style basketball.
What's that, Coach?
Dominate.
Coach, what does that mean? Can you explain that? Euro
in a sense basketball. Of, I mean, like the American style is more on athleticism. It's more on a you look at Zion Williamson, Zion Williamson, had he grown up in Europe, he would have been as big as today. He probably rode the bench because his handle's not as great, his shooting not that great. But in America, he's such a great athlete, they're going to find him a place. Wow. You know what I mean? Versus you look like Luka Doncic or Dirk Nowitzki. They're not as athletic, but they're more on the tactical aspect of the game.
But Coach, isn't that important? Like when I look at Luka Doncic, right, and I'm like, how is he 19, 20? He's averaging pretty much 30, 10, 8. He could shoot, he could dribble, he plays at his own pace. Whereas like Zion, he doesn't know how to play the team concept.
Yeah, but Zion and Luka built differently. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in Kinshasa, there's a lot of Zion, Amari Stoudemire, Shaquille O'Neal's, those guys who just freaks. Like Zion could have been, even LeBron, like those guys could have played in the NFL if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Those guys could have played soccer if they wanted to. They would have been a pro at whatever sport they want, right? Versus Luka, you have to invest more on thousands of hours of shooting and dribbling and this and that. versus an athlete. He's like, hey man, just pick and roll, go get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little easier. Not as easy, but what we have in Congo and Africa is if you can merge the two, then you have Joel Embiid. You have Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, you have Serge Ibaka, who can shoot, who can dribble, but also, you know, they can also elevate and dunk on you. But they also, you know, do drop step and hook shot and the whole nine. So that's one thing I was trying to merge between the two, but still bringing that the athleticism that we have in America. You know, fast break basketball, one and jump, and all that good stuff. So that's what, you know, talking with the guys in Kinshasa. So in 2019, we were able to do a camp at Stade de Martyr, a really big camp where we got the best 50 kids from Kinshasa. And then so it was 2 days. The first day is a lot of skill set, dribbling, shooting, passing, rebounding, defense. And then the second day, the first part we did that, and then from those 50, we shrunk it down to 22, right? Yes. Then we did slam dunk contest, 3 contest. Then the best 22 kids, they were at a scrimmage.
Okay.
And then, you know, so then we did scrimmage, boys and girls, right? Girls game, the boys game. And then from there, we had MVP, we had a best rebounder, best shooter. Then from that, those 22 kids that we kept, then we kept the best 10 kids who we felt like those kids here, if we provide year-round training, we could help them, you know what I'm saying, into America. So out of those 10 kids, 6 of them are in the United States today. 6 of them in the United States. One of them, I saw the ranking. He's top 5 in the state of Indiana as a freshman, class of 2023. We got one girl. She's in Georgia. We got 2 boys in Massachusetts. Wow. We got. Well, I'm trying to think, but yeah, so they spread out. But through that, we're able to contact. Because when I came back home, me and my associate, then we from the footage of the camp, and also from the individual workouts that they had. Then we contacted prep schools. It's like, hey, look at this kid. You know, he's 6'10", 15 years old. Look what he can do. And then, you know, they love it. Like, yeah. And then, you know, we tell them, like, this guy only started playing ball for 2 years. So imagine, and then I always say, those Congolese kids are hungry. You know, they work outdoors in no indoor gyms in Kinshasa. They work outdoors. You know, a lot of them don't even eat that breakfast. They eat 1 meal a day. You know what I'm saying? And they work out. So I'm like, if you give those kids opportunity to work out over here, they're going to excel. You know, they're going to go far and beyond a lot of these kids here, you know? So that's what we're able to do. We're able to get 6 of those kids. And then my goal is to have that yearly, to have kids that give them scholarships, find scholarships for them to play here in the United States. But also those who stay back home, we still want to train them year round, give them English lessons, because in case they will come to America, or if they, you know, do high school, then come through college round, you know, they got to do the SATs, the whole 9, but so help out with the language. And then also education, because my biggest thing with being a teacher is if those kids end up going to the NBA, great. You know what I'm saying? I'll be happy. But worst case scenario is they're going to get an education. They're going to have a college diploma. You know, so if they want to stay here after that, they can take care of their family. But also they'll have a trade, they'll have a career, they'll be able to something tangible they can take home. You know, because I fear that a lot of us, and me teaching in the inner city, a lot of us have the whole NBA or bust. But these American institutions are paying for your education. They're paying you, they're investing in your education. And if you play it right, you can leave college with a PhD. You know, it is a Congolese player, Jethro Tisumpa, who's at Texas Southern. The way he was able to go from JUCO to college, he's got a master already,
Oh, wow.
and he's trying to graduate with a PhD because you take your classes, you know, so you take your summer classes, they're paying for it.
Yeah.
They pay for it because you're a great athlete and they benefit. And so that is something that I would like for our kids to benefit from. Okay. And then he'll be able to, whatever career he chooses to do, he will take care of his family. And I think that's how you can help out back home. You know, it's I think back to some politics back home is one of the biggest issues is economics. You know, so if one family can help, can one guy can provide for his family, then that money can stimulate and then the whole economy will improve. So that's basically my journey. What we've been doing. Hosting camps, and then this upcoming year, I know with the corona is kind of messed up, but we're trying to host also coaching clinics. In sense of teaching a coach, because the coach love basketball, but teach them also the American style of basketball, and how we coach here, what we do here, shooting drills, passing drills, that it can also translate to their players, and that's how I feel that Congolese basketball will, you know, elevate. And then we can beat the Nigerians of the world and the Malis of the world. And,
no, definitely.
My goal is for us to compete in Olympics. You know, I when I see not that I'm jealous. I love seeing other Africans compete, but I see Nigeria, I see Mali. Why can't we do that? We have those athletes. You know, we have those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know, I see Joel Embiid, I see Pascal Siakam. I want to see one of our own. You know, I love seeing, you know, Ibaka on the screen, but there's more than Ibaka in the world, you know?
Sorry, my internet went back.
He was going, man, I was just like, you're just going through all the questions. I'm like, man, this is great stuff right here he's saying, man. You're on point.
Let me, you know what's kind of my dream, Coach? If we can have, you know, rest in peace, if we can have who's Congo's Kobe, who's Congo's Kyrie.
Exactly.
You know, and I wonder, like, I don't know, Pat, did you ask him about, I see you're on number infrastructure. Like, what is it about our infrastructure that will allow us to have a player like that? I mean, you can't have another Kobe or Kyrie. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, that, you know, can we have a Congolese player be the face of the NBA? Because Giannis is going to be
it's easy. It's easy. The thing is that in our country, and you look at it, our parents, is they don't put a lot of strong emphasis on sports. You know, they think sports is just a leisure, you know, especially basketball. But my thing I'm trying to get to understand is if the government or the private spectrum, you know, so rich Congolese NBA players saying, you know, I'm going to invest in Congolese youth, is that those kids, if they make it to the league, they can come back and invest, but also that it could provide opportunity. So then you can have coaches and players and referees and whatever. But also you can easily have the next Kobe. There's Jonathan Kuminga. He's the number one player in class of 2021.
New York, right? He's a beast. I watch him.
He's a beast, you know, and he's homegrown, you know. He's I believe from Goma, and he's been in our state for about 4 or 5 years. And the kid, he was able to excel. And again, he came from PJB. It's a great. They work out of Goma, and they've sent a lot of kids to the United States, and they're great, and they able to merge the tactical aspect of the game and also athleticism. And all the guys do well. They have another kid, Jerry Kubatu, I believe, he's in New Mexico State, New Mexico Junior College, also from there. There's Joel Tambwe, also he's at Texas Tech. All those guys are trained at homegrown from Goma, and then when they came here, they continued on, you know, that training, and because it was taught at an early age, and if we can teach those guys, you know, you look at soccer, you know, you look at Congolese soccer. The Congolese soccer's players who went overseas are doing well. You know what I mean? We have the athletes. Is this you just need the investment, you know, the investment at an early age, and if our government can do it, or even like I said, it can come from the private world. If a rich guy say, you know what, I'm gonna build, like, you look at the city of Kinshasa, a city of 10+ million people, we don't have a gym, like a real basketball gym. You know,
let me tell you, Coach, that eats me up, because I'm like, hey man, you know, like Bantu Boyz, we do comedy, we do sketches, we're getting into film, and it's like, one of my goals is just to be like, if I can just, like, I see the court you guys play on. It's like, if I can just get you guys a gym.
Exactly.
If I can just get you as I don't know if you remember this, but like months ago, we emailed you like, what is it you guys need? Like, we get you guys shoes, like jerseys, or shorts.
They take anything, yeah.
Because it's just little things. You know, when you feel better, your confidence grows in like the environment. And I just look at like, there's ball players I grew up with. Like, I was born here in LA, and I would go to camps, and these camps would have everything, but the kids wouldn't work hard. Like some, not all. You know, kids that were like in the circuit working hard, they are where they are. But I just wonder if we can, hopefully, we will one day give you guys that, because man, it's a great. What you're doing, you don't understand. I love basketball. I love comedy, but if I could trade it in to be like a 6'2" guard, I'd do it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? But coach, let me ask you this: has your organization of DR Congo Basketball, has it partnered with any other organization?
Not yet. And I talked to a few people, actually some NBA guys. I'm not gonna say their names yet because I don't wanna. If it doesn't happen, it happens. But I believe that, like I always say, you can't fake passion. And everybody I talked to, I was telling them the same thing. And I'm like, hey, I believe that we can make it. And I talk to anybody. I've contacted NBA. I contact people, and Congolese guys, professionals. I'm like, hey guys, if I want y'all to believe in me. But it's not only me. I feel like I'm speaking for all the coaches back home. You know? Like I was saying, Kinshasa, a city of like more than 10 million people. It's also a young city. A lot of kids, right? So there's a lot of coaches who just literally because kids are roaming the streets, who just get free training, like for free. You know, like I said, a lady, Mama Guy, is I came and she's like, well, there's 200 kids here. I'm not going to turn any kids down. And her side is not the only one. It's literally throughout the city. You'll see courts everywhere with like 100 kids. You know, and they're playing with, I'm talking about basketballs from the 1980s. You know what I mean? Wow. But that's why I keep preaching to guys, like, if you can have a facility where they can train and play, you're going to have a lot of great players. And then it's also going to diminish the kids from the streets. You know, the shiggas that we talk about, they're not going to be in the streets. The reason why you have shiggas, just like the United States, the reason you have street gangs is because these kids got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. So if you tell a kid, hey man, if you work hard enough, maybe, hope, right? If you work hard enough, maybe you can make something out of yourself. They'll do it. They'll do it. And that's what that is. So
let me ask you this: how come we don't have like our own like league? Is because the same thing.
We have a league. There's a league. But back with the lack of infrastructure, we have a league. Kinshasa has its own league, and then the other provinces have the leagues, and then the winner of that league participates in La Coupe du Congo, and then from that, the champion of that participates in the African League. And then with the new NBA Africa come in, it basically incorporated, but we got skipped over in the sense of NBA Africa because we don't have a gym. You know, like think about it. Why would David Stern or any of those guys will come in and sit down in Kinshasa sun, watch people play, and with mosquitoes and whole night. We don't have a gymnasium. You know what I mean? Like where we can host a real game. You know, like when it's sad, but we don't have that. I know that Bismarck Biyombo built a facility in Goma. I haven't seen. I don't know the extent. Like I don't know if it's like a gym that can host games with fans and everything. But in the sense of the reason why we play Stade de Martyrs, that's the only place that you can have like stands and a gate and everything. We don't have what we have here. I'm talking about like a high school gym, a generic high school gym in North America. We don't have that. It's sustain. So you have a league. It's more of like club. It's not really professional. Like they're not getting paid millions, but it's you have some talented players, and those guys have been playing, and they the fewest club can actually pay their players. A lot of them is more like a clubs, like where they just. But it's serious. It's real serious, and it's real good basketball. I would say from my what I saw, the top clubs in Kinshasa or Congo, they could compete with the JUCOs over here. I would say that, in that level, so they can play. They're not scrubs. So and you look at the condition what they're playing. Try to take a charge on asphalt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
No, right. That's what I can see on Instagram. I'm like, these guys are playing on stuff that's like, even like in South Central, they would laugh at that condition.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like out here in LA, like the Clippers owner, he's investing in these like courts where now if you walk around LA, it's all Clipper courts or whatever, right?
Exactly.
So like if you're in the hood, you're like, yo, this actually is a good court. Like, matter of fact, in Gardena, Under Armour invested in a couple of courts, and I was like, how are these courts in like Gardena where Gardena look like these courts look like shit? But if you have somebody invested in it, it's like, wow, this is a good basketball court.
And that's the same thing could be done back home. I know that like one of the main court when I was in Kinshasa, Ibaka, he repainted it, he has emblem there, and I mean that's what my goal is to really to I would love to build a gym, a facility like a state-of-the-art facility, but also get some sponsorship and build the outdoor courts, like have some like real nice asphalt, like that. One of the nice courts, outdoor courts, is literally just soccer field, dust field, outside and all that. So it is like that.
Just wondering, oh wait, hold on. Let me ask just a quick question. Just wondering, Coach, because obviously money is the biggest thing, but are there any other like surprising challenges you've noticed that have like caused issues with your program back home, or just even the effect that obviously Congolese basketball getting built up?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think because the will is there. The will is there. The people want to work. I think it's not really in Congo. It's outside of Congo. It's people don't trust Congolese at home. The fear, like, oh, if I send money, they'll steal it, or if I send equipment. That's why I want to be that bridge. When I talk to coaches here, it's like, well, you can give me the stuff. I'll go personally provide it to them, and I'll film it and bring it back. But I think it's a lot of time it's people outside of Congo, especially the Congolese people outside of Congo have this bad taste, bad idea of Congolese people. It's like, I don't trust you. If I send money over there, where the money gonna go? This and that. And that's my whole thing is I'm trying to build that trust between the two, because I look at as a history teacher, you look at countries like Italy and Ireland, those countries were built off the Irish American, the Italian American. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at Senegal, the Senegalese living in France, they support Senegal back home. If the Congolese living abroad can support Congo, will be great. So then we can send our kids home. Even Nigerians, I grew up with Nigerians. They're like, yeah, I'm going to Nigeria for the summer. The Congolese are going to Kinshasa for summer. Are they scared? Tell are they scared things. So that's my whole thing. I think it's that trust issue between the two worlds that we have.
Let me say this. So me, Patrick, and we have our third member, Julian. He's not able to be here. When we started Bantu Boyz, it was funny, about a year ago, about 13 months ago, one of the things we were trying to do is try to bridge the gap of this new generation with Congo. Because we grew up here in LA, and in LA, one thing we've noticed is like this new generation, we want to be involved. Like, we want to go back home. We love the culture. We love Madesu. We love Kwanga. You know what I'm saying? Got to everything. But there's this lack of trust. And before we even get to like, hey, we're dealing with the same things. Like, we'll go, we don't know how it is we know Dallas, there's a lot of Congolese people. There's a lot here in LA, and we have like this Congolese community organization. And to get the younger kids to come, even the older generation to come, they're like, oh, we don't trust.
Hey, Julian just joined. Hey, what's up, man?
All right. So this is the third member, Julian Chikuna. All right, we're here. But, Coach, like, it's funny. We have to fight trust before we get to that next level. So I'll tell you, I know I can speak on the Bantu Boyz. We've been watching you. Like, you have our trust. Like, we believe in everything. I love this, man.
Yeah. Well, me, even like, being a history teacher, I relate everything to history. And you look at biblically, I always say, like, the children of Israel, right, when they left Egypt to go to Israel, they're in the desert for 50 years, right? And I feel like that was like our parents. Our parents were like here for 50 years. A lot of our parents were like 70s and 80s, and we're the children of the first generation, we grew up in the West, and I feel like we have to go back and fix it. You know what I mean? Our parents is a great thing, and the sacrifice our parents made by coming to the West, now we can speak English and talk. I can go speak with Phil Mikes in English. You know what I mean? Right. And no fear. I can speak with him. I can walk into any boardroom and talk to any board member and say, hey, this is what we need. And I can go back home and speak with, Lingala in French. And that's what we can do, you know, and that's what our parents were able to make. And like you said, if Bridge or Gap, this younger generation, I think that they will. So I've noticed is a new love of Africa. Like I remember with Black Panther and you know, back home and natural hair and this and that are a lot of us are like, you know what? You know, I am African. Yeah, I'm American. I grew up here and I dress this way. I dress Western. I listen to hip hop. But back, you know, at the end of the day, when the cars are down, I can still go home. And if we can bridge the gap in living in both worlds, doesn't mean everybody has to live back home. You know, you can still live in America and love America, but you can still somewhat help out and reach out to the people back there, because those are people, you know. And that's my thing is I have faith, and I know we'll make it there. We're a little behind, but. And I look at other African countries like, well, if they can do it, you know, I went to Angola, it was beautiful. I went to Kenya, man, I was like, man, this is beautiful. And I've seen pictures of Ghana and Nigeria, like, man, we can do the same thing. And then actually, I seen this parts of Kinshasa, very, very beautiful. And like, if this can be like that, the whole country can be like that. And it's just investment, and it's pride, and it's belief. You know, if you have faith in your people, you can move mountains.
Yeah, because I think what you're doing is they don't realize, first of all, if they're the ones that have the time to come out here, or even if they play professionally in Europe or in China, first of all, you get a free education, you're not in debt, right? Then you get exposure, right? But then even with the exposure, you get to meet people that are higher up that will respect you. Like, I saw a conference of like Biombo and Mabenga that were talking to like people in the NBA, and I was like, that's crazy that they have the NBA coming here to Congo. The infrastructure is going to change over the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that happens, we are going to get, you know, our Kyrie or our Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll be homegrown, you know, like exactly. You look at Pascal Siakam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came, I think, JUCO, then New Mexico State, then 12 points per game, 6 months per game, then 20 points per game. You know, like you know, Kawhi left, and everybody's like, oh, Toronto gonna fall off, but you know, he's keeping them. You know, they were number 3 team in the East. You know what I mean? And that's a dude like that. He's from Cameroon. Is not now, you know, or wherever. Now he's like straight from Cameroon. He mentioned Jordan B. Jordan B didn't pick up basketball until like 15, 16.
That's crazy. So before we begin, Julian Chikuna, introduce yourself, sir.
Yes. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I just jumped in, you know, like I just got home for 30 or 45 minutes real quick. So I wanted to, you know, to check it out with you guys. So my name is Julian Chikuna, and part of the Bantu Boyz. So Nyembo, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, absolutely. So I'm in the process of moving around, track and stuff like that. So I just got here and try to keep up with you guys. But yeah, welcome, man. You know, it's amazing to have you. You know, Bileko, what's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, family? How you doing, brother?
Patrick, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm here.
Hey, Patrick, go ahead. You go ahead and ask him the next question. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, no, it's cool. You know, Coach, one thing, and you've touched on it a few times, but I wanted to, if you could speak on the importance of not just roles on the court, being a player, but roles off the court as well. Like, for instance, being a coach like you as well, but also, you know, other positions like executive and stuff like that. You could speak of the importance of that.
Great question.
Like myself, like my role?
Yeah, well, the way I look at it is, you know, everybody wants to obviously be a ball player, but I think what's not emphasized as much is roles off the court. Like, for instance, I don't know if he's a member of your org or if he's just somebody who helps you out a lot, but I saw Thierry Kita. Is that his name? Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah.
With him, like, he's the head of basketball operations for NBA Africa.
Yeah, he's like the number 2 in charge in NBA Africa, and I've had a conversation with him. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if we invest in basketball back home, there's many different opportunities. You know, like we'll have players, we'll have coaches, we'll have general managers. Like, so you look at the Raptors. You know, Masai Ujiri is their general manager, the president. He's from Nigeria, right? Yeah. You have within the organization, you have Patrick Mutombo, who's a basketball coach. He's an assistant coach from the Congo, right? And you have, like, say, you have Thierry Kita, which would NBA Africa, you know, and like Masai's coming up, you know, like the Lakers want him, the Knicks want him, you know. You're gonna have you have some Congolese agents, basketball agents coming up, who being Congolese, they can look out for these players that in the near future. You know, you're going to have coaches, you're going to have referees, you're going to have and all these are employment opportunity within basketball. You know what I mean? You're going to have broadcasters. You know, you're going to have broadcasters. You're going to have guys are going to do documentaries. You're going to have. I mean, there's so many things you can do with basketball. You know, you look at ESPN. You know, it's all day, every day, and there's more than just the person in front of the TV. There's this people write the scripts for these anchormen. There's the camera person. You know, there's the directors. There's the editors. So all these things are possible through sports, through basketball, and I know, you know, soccer is very big in Congo and Africa, but basketball is also very popular. You know, so if we do invest, these are all the opportunities. So you'll have more than just basketball. It's just these business opportunities for all these people, and then that's the whole thing with education. And so you come here, you get educated. You will be journalism. You can be journalism. You will do business, you know, business, accounting, whatever it may be. These are the opportunities that are given because of God-given talent, you know, because God bless you with height, God bless you with athletic ability. These are all the things that we will do.
Yeah, and I'm glad you really touched on that because at least the way I think about it, you know, we're in the entertainment business, but basketball is, hey, what's up, little man? How you doing? Oh, hey, how y'all doing?
You see, they got the jerseys on and everything. So
hey, it's a basketball household over there.
He looks like a good defender, by the way. The way he's standing there, not afraid.
Oh yeah, the little one is a tough one. He's from the '90s. Like he likes to fight and bang. The older one's more finesse. The little one's more like a Steph Curry. It's my shooter. So hopefully they're my ticket to the NBA. I wasn't good enough to make the league. Hopefully they'll make it. I can sit, be like a LeVar Ball, the complete LeVar Ball. You never know.
Hey.
So hey, let me tell you, that guy is. I love that guy.
Coach, man.
Coach, how crazy is that? Not only can you have a kid make it to the league, but he's potentially going to have two sons be a number 1 and number 2 pick.
Man. And but it goes back to invest, you know, like I follow him a lot, how you wake up early and make breakfast for them and work them out, and people call him crazy, but like it's all about if you invest, you know what I mean? You another guy idolized Michael Jordan, you know, his dad put a lot in him, you know, and his dad really believed in him. You know, his dad built a court for him. Kobe, you know, his dad was all the way in him, always hooping with him, and that's the whole thing. Kyrie, his dad played, you know, like if you invest and you behind your kid, you know, you got the Iverson and LeBron who made out the whole way, but others, like if you invest in your kid, is, you know, you put a ball in their hands.
Before the next question, out of the last 40 years, all the MVPs, only D. Rose, Iverson, and LeBron grew up without a dad.
Exactly. So that's the thing.
That's huge. People don't realize that's huge. Every MVP, they always had their father figure there. That's huge. But Coach, does your organization do coach development?
Yeah, and that's what we're. So this camp this year we'll have. So last year we did 2 years. We're trying to make it 4 or 5 days. I mean, 2 days. We're trying to make it 4 or 5 days, the camp. But we want to have a coaching clinic. That's my biggest thing. Like I go throughout the United States, like the clinics, and I personally had a conversation with Calipari, with Shaka Smart, with you know, all those guys. You know, I like to literally have a conversation. I told them, I want to bring you to Congo one day. You know, but I want to bring that over there is the what I've learned as a coach. I want to sort of spread with them, but also I want them to learn from these coaches, because it's education. You know, the better the coaches are, the better the quality of basketball is going to be. You know what I mean? So if our coaches improve, and like I said, over there we have a lot of coaches who did love playing basketball. They played and they will take care of the kids, because all these kids run on the streets. So they out there and they want to coach. So like if we could teach them the techniques that are here, you know, we'll improve. You know, if those kids can learn like you know, Steph Curry's a great shooter because of his dad, right? He was always shooting with his dad. So if we could teach those kids, you know what I mean, like something you slept on, like Serge Ibaka, right? Serge Ibaka is like the first player to have like over 3,000 blocks and over 3,000 threes, right? Well, his dad was a player. His dad played. His dad
and his mother too, right?
His mom also played. You know what I mean? So his mother too. So it's not by coincidence the Duke of hoop, you know, and also I wanted to break the stereotype that, all the African players are just centers, come in and just block shots and get rebounds. No, we got skills, we can shoot, we can dribble, we can pass, we're going to have it. And that's why I love Siakam, and Embiid is not just cash and dunk. Embiid got game, and you got footwork, he can right, left, hook shot, the whole nine. So that's why I'm big on aspect of coaching clinics, that we'll have clinics. And my dream, once we have a facility, I want Calipari to come down to Kinshasa. I want, Jason Kidd to come and all the Phil Jackson and come down and have these clinics and coach our coaches.
Let me ask you this. You said Embiid, because Embiid's important, because this generation doesn't remember Hakeem. I think Hakeem is probably top 6, top 7. But Embiid's soccer, you could see his footwork. Because for somebody to only play basketball at 15 and have that kind of feet work when he gets into the post, can you talk about how the importance of how soccer still plays a big part in
Soccer is huge, man. Soccer rules the world in sports, outside the United States. Everybody plays soccer. And all those kids, those Congolese kids, before they play basketball, before they pick up a basketball, they play soccer, right? And you really can see,
including one of our hosts over here.
Exactly.
You
can see in the footwork, and like Embiid, I saw recently Embiid was dribbling the ball, basketball with his feet, like he was juggling it, and he was did it over 40 times, and people were impressed. I'm like, all these guys can do it. Even on the European side, Nowitzki his footwork was great because he played soccer. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Luka Doncic played soccer before he played basketball. And when you can play multiple sports, it's always help you out. Like LeBron physicality, he played football, right? American football. Yeah. So if you can embrace that, so if you can play more than one sport, you can be all great. And soccer, most definitely soccer helps you out for basketball, and that's what our guys have. Like our guys, the advantage of African players. I'll go back again, is they can merge the technical part of the game with the Euro style, but also with the athleticism. If you can merge the two, sky's the limit.
Right. Julian, did you want to ask him the question about Corona? I don't know if I texted to you. I don't know if you see it. Yeah, Julian.
No, I have a question, but thank you. Coach, I have a question, regarding, obviously this is the basketball field, right? And so do you get to work with having in a sense of having maybe a partnership with the Congolese league?
Well, the camp that I had last year was actually the only camp sanctioned by the Kinshasa League. We were so they allowed us to host at Stade de Martyr. Their people were there, and then a lot of so in Congo you don't have a high school league, right? There's no such thing as high school league, but you have a pro league, right? And within pro you have Division 1 and Division 2. And most kids, if you're 17, 18, you can really hoop on Division 2. If you're really, really good upon the first division. So a lot of those kids play on the second division. And also the coaches out of camp, we had 6 coaches. They also coach their own teams. And that's my whole thing too when I work with them. It's not about me. It's not about my face. It's for Congolese basketball. So we all benefit together. So you come to camp and your kids will get training and coaching. Mm-hmm. And then, so that's what we did. So yeah, most definitely we work with the league. And then as we expand, our goal is to have one in so we have in Kinshasa every year. Yeah. We want to have it in Lubumbashi, Goma for sure. And then we'll see how it grows. But if we can touch the 3 cities, work with the local leagues. And we've talked back and forth with local leagues, but again, with the corona's kind of messing it up. But I think we'll definitely have, I'm still confident we'll have it in July in Kinshasa. We'll see about Lubumbashi and Goma over there because they love basketball, and this is populous cities and they have talented players. You have Oscar Chibwe of West Virginia, big 12 freshman year.
That dude's a monster. That dude's a monster.
He's a monster, right? And he's from Lubumbashi, Goes back to Kuminga. Kuminga's from Goma. He's from Kivu, So you just can't just have Kinshasa by itself. is we have talent everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like we have all this talent. So yes, we work with the locals, and that's my whole thing. Is again with the bridge, make that bridge between the two. I don't want to reinvent the wheels, and I don't want to break anything. Is whatever they've been doing is great, you know, and we just want to continue to also provide exposure. And then that's the beauty of the internet is a lot of them, you know, is like I highlight coaches and I highlight players like you guys are doing great in that, and we want to expose you guys to the world. You know, that's the whole thing.
Julian, before you ask him the next question, Coach, of course Corona's messed
and
everything
also
up. Corona's messed everything up. We're supposed to go to Congo in July. After this interview, you give us like a list of stuff we can like bring. I don't know if it's like 10 basketballs or something like that. Like, please, like, let us know what, you know, cause
man, anything so this year, like I said, we you know, do inventory for basketball gear and I had like 50 pairs of socks. You know, I sent socks home, you know. For like I said, for girls basketball players, things like you think maybe like sport bras, right? Sport bra you send home, you know. See, basketball and shoes could be a little heavy, but like jerseys, you know, t-shirts, and like something to work out in. Jump ropes, whistles. You know what I mean? Like you think something's minute, but a whistle down there because it's important. The whistle can run you for about $10 to $20. You know, here you go, Walmart, get a whistle for $5. You know, dry erase boards, markers, like it's literally is anything you can bring, they'll take it, and they'll be very gracious, and they'll thank you because it's help out basketball. So personally, I've sent jerseys, shorts, socks, dry erase markers, dry erase board, whistles, headbands, water bottles, empty water bottles, you know, and new with great, slightly used great, but sometimes if it's slightly used, they'll still take it because some people need it. It's really everything and anything, you know, and that you can. I can even provide you a list of coaches down there who already have training centers. You know, you'll come, you'll see like literally 200 kids, and they're there every day, you know, and all day.
Coach, this sounds great. If we, of course, this is outside of the corona because we're living with the corona. But if we're able to go there in July, if I wanted to come and like help and train, because I love basketball. Is there possible we could do that? Like,
oh yeah, they'll embrace you, and that's the whole thing about like we're talking about the fear, man. When you talk to them, like they like, yo, you're my brothers, you're my sisters. Like there's no hate. They love will come back home and recognize that love. They'll literally will open the court for you, like whatever you're gonna do. It's yours. You won't have 30-minute session, hour, 2-hour session, and then the kids, man, they listen, man. It's like I said, I taught and coached in the hood. I taught and coached in the suburbs. It's different. Like those kids over there, man, they ain't no telling, asking to be quiet. I mean, they just yes sir, no sir. They polite because they know they know the value what you're bringing. You know, they really know it. You know, it's a different world.
Wow. Okay, Julian, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Julian. Go ahead, sir.
So coach, yeah, and that was very, very interesting what you were saying, with, you know, those athletes and what actually can potentially, you know, bring in a positive way for all these things. And then, you know, like my thing, it's like how most of the athletes, they, you know, like talented athletes, they always now here in the US and Europe, it's actually better now. But in terms of, you know, following the management, I feel like in Africa, especially in the Congo now, it's like very hard, you know, to have that management. Most of the athletes, they kind of like, even though they have like a huge potential and they can make big, but after, you know, like the management is kind of messed up. So what are the things that we can actually put in place for that?
I think it goes back to education. It goes back to education, teach them the value of their worth, you know, like I always go back, like I love Michael Jordan, right? He's my favorite player, right? Mm-hmm. But I respect so much LeBron business savvy, right? Mm-hmm. Like when Jordan played in the NBA, the most important player, the most powerful person in the NBA was Michael Jordan's agent. You know what I'm saying? David Falk was the most powerful man. You know what I'm saying? He was able, like, if people like Space Jam, he was able to get these NBA players to come in, and he built a gym for himself and made his whole movie. And then Jordan was doing all these commercials, but because David Falk told him what to do, because Jordan had nothing to do with business aspect at that time, right?
Right.
Fast forward 2020, the most powerful man in NBA today is LeBron James. You know, LeBron James can say, hey, I'm leaving Cleveland. I'm going to LA, make it happen. It's going to happen. You know, LeBron can tell other NBA guys, hey, guys, let's walk out. They're going to walk out. You know what I'm saying? But it's learning your value and you know your worth. And a guy like LeBron has been in the league for 18 years and he watched it and learned. And that's what we want to teach our kids. You know, like when I talk to kids who made to the United States through scholarship, like, hey, at the end of the day, no one owes you anything. You made it here because you're a talent. Don't think that you're somebody's slave because it brought you to the United States. You're here because you're a talent, and then you're an important person, and then use this knowledge. When I talk to you, I like before they come here, we give them interviews and we walk them through what to expect. We walk them through AAU. We walk them through some, programs and college coaches. We tell them, hey, these coaches they'll come to you and they'll tell you pipe dreams. You know what I mean? And don't fall for it, and know your value. Don't feel that you need to sign with this school because your AAU coach tells you that you need to sign with that school. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes back with that. And hopefully when those guys become players, they can, share with the next generation. And also then they'll have that power of management. They can be their own agents,
absolutely.
That's my whole thing. And that's why I hope to see, you see more black agents. I want to see more African agents to look out for African agents.
Yeah. And Coach, I really like you kept emphasizing the know your value because, not to get political with it, but, there's stuff back home. There's resources that maybe we're not able to, exploit or utilize. But for these students, for these, people who are trying to get into the game, they are the resource. Like your talent, your ability, your skills can change your circumstances and the circumstances of your family. So like what you were talking about earlier with the one student you said who at this point is going to go get his PhD while he's still, at school through his basketball scholarship. I'm like, that's amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And he's a smart kid. And he was like, and I remember he left one school, like he transferred multiple times. And he was like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm getting a degree. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is if you're good enough to go pro at 18, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'll never tell a kid not to take money because if you're going to pay me to ride the bench on the NBA for millions of dollars, that's great. But if you're not good enough, hey, stay in college. Use facilities, become a better player, and then also get education. And that's these are the opportunities we don't have back home. And those kids, if they can use those opportunities, they can take care of their family. And that's how I feel. The more Congolese with money in their pockets, the better country's going to be. I know people always tell me why is Africa so poor? Like, well, the thing about Africa is there's no middle class. You got rich people, you got dead people, right? But once you build that middle class, you got people with money that can, open restaurants and hotels and boutiques and whatever. Money will circulate, and then you'll see Africa better. And like I said, I went to Kenya. I was like, yo, Kenya is nice. It's nice. I've never been to South Africa. I've seen South Africa. I've seen Nigeria. I've seen Ghana. I'm like, yeah, because it's people with money are able to invest locally. You know what I mean? So these Congolese players, if they want to invest locally, that's great. But also they can also take care of their family back home. It's like, well, now I make $70,000 a year. I can pay for my little brother and sister to go to private school, or I can open a boutique for my aunt who's been sewing her whole life. That's how you help out the country, and not depend so much on the government to do things. That's the thing. And we were like, oh, we need the government to do this. Well, the government got their own. They got their own. What they want to do politically, that's what they're going to do. But the individual with money, if they want to do something back home, they can. You look like Serge Ibaka. He's done a lot in Brazil. You know what I mean? He's employed a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something we can do back home.
Sorry, not to cut you off, Coach, but you speak of Serge Ibaka. We actually have a friend out here, Prince Obeni, who he actually came here. He's at Dominguez Hills playing basketball. He came here through one of Serge Ibaka's camps, and he went to. He's using to get his education because right now, what is it? Is it film or communication studies?
No, he was film school. Yeah, he did Dominguez.
Yeah, and he's killing it with the cinematography. Like, he is real deal making good money, a profession. Like, he's gonna do great things, and all of this through basketball. So
through basketball,
right? Matter of fact, we're gonna work with him. And remember, he was telling us, Patrick, like he's trying to have us go back home because he was like, "Oh, we can do anything back home film wise."
Oh yeah. It's there's nothing as film license. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the daily wages is pretty cheap. You know, you can pay actors, not as much. Editing doesn't cost as much. And like, the people are talented. Like, people can edit work over there. They can do everything we do over here. Is that you just give an opportunity? And when you start employing people, I feel that's how you're gonna save even the country and the economy. That's all.
So, Coach, we're dealing with this. This is unprecedented. Like, this is like 100 years from now, people are going to talk about this moment of this virus. Like, what is something you would tell your ball players and other basketball professionals? Like, what they can do to make the most of their time? Like how do they still keep their skills up? And this is weird.
Oh, well, I talk to them every day, like the ones who are here. So right now, personally, like with my camp last year, we had 6 kids in the States. But through like my associates who've been doing this before, like I said, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I worked with people already. There's I think 28 kids. Like last 5 years they've been sent to the United States. So we're in this chat group, and I send workouts every day. It's like, you're home, but you don't get fat. You can do push-ups, set-ups, and like jailhouse workouts. You know what I'm saying? You're selling and all that. The whole 9. You dribbling and by yourself and tone your craft. So then when it's time to go, you're ready. It's always be ready. You know what I'm saying? So like stay ready. You know what I mean? So they that's what we do. And like all of them, I mean, like you hoop, right? We all used to walk around the Euro by ourselves and shit. My wife makes fun of me. She's like, why you do that? I'm like, I'm a hooper. That's what we do. You chill by yourself, shooting, and that's what hoopers do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Is there any play? You said you have 6 players here now, right?
Yeah.
Good. Could you shout them out so we know, so people can know, like, who to look forward to? Like.
Yeah. You got Nikens Limba, who's in Indiana, Southport, Indiana, who's actually ranked 5th in the state of Indiana, class of 2023, right? You got Divine Lukombo. She is in Georgia. She's in Georgia. You got her. You also have Sephora. I forgot her last name. She's also in Georgia, same school, right? You got Enoch Gabeya, who's in Massachusetts, Boston area. You got him. You got Prince, 5, and then 6. You got. Let me see. They'll come back. This is 5. There's a 6th one. Somewhere over there. I can't think. You got and then you got others who've helped out. We got Manassas, who's in Indiana. Was also in Massachusetts. You got other guys who helped out. You got from our camp. You got. I can't think of 6 one. That's all. Got the 6 one. They'll come back, but those 5 for sure. And forgot the 6 one, and they're all here, and then they're working out, and then they were able to get scholarships.
Taylor, how you doing back there?
You want to close the door? No. So yeah, we're all home, so we're all here. Just.
Oh no, man,
that's down.
Understandable. I guess, Coach, I guess this last one, I don't know if you talked about it when we're breaking up, but what is your dream collaboration? Is there an organization you would partner with? I mean, if this is NBA, FIBA, or anything like that, be like, hey, Nike, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I always say I want Nike to build my gym, right? I want Nike to build my gym, but with that, you got Masao Ujiri. Masao Ujiri, who started basketball, not Basketball Without Borders, but I forgot the name of his camp, but he started camps literally the same way we started in Nigeria and Kenya. With like the tallest, like the only way to get like the weight to get him out to his camp, we had to be 6'6" and taller. And then from his camp, so Siakam, Embiid, I know those 2 for sure with his camps. Who else was his camp? Dieng, like those guys were able to go to his camp and make it to the NBA. But I want them also to come in Congo, and or we can merge and work together because we have talent, you know, and definitely I definitely want Nike to come because growing up Jordan fan, and you know what I'm saying, all the whole nine is I would love if we can invest in Congo. And I know there's, first of all, there's the language barrier, you know, they work in English-speaking countries, right? And then also number two, the trusts with our government of course haven't been the most truthful, I could say, like a better word. But I feel like us living here can show a good image of Congolese people and work out. So the Patrick Mutombos of the world, the Kevin Mutombo, you know, DJ Banga, you know, and Lord willing, if it wash pretty straight, he'll make it. But Kuminga, when he makes it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All those guys and I want them to be on stage and waving their flag. You know, it's I remember when Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili first championship, you know, they're out there waving their flag. You know, I'm like, I want to have somebody over there like wave the Congolese flag. You know, I saw, you know, Siakam again waving the Cameroonian flag. I want somebody like, yo, this is, you know, it's my thing. And what I always tell our Congolese kids, like when I had a conversation with Oscar Chiboué when he played at TCU, and I said, hey man, one thing that you do is you provide hope. You know, the kids in Congo that just picked up basketball, they look at you, they're like, man, I want to be just like him one day. You know what I mean? I told you know, same thing. You know, when the Moody's of the world and the you know the Pain of the world is like when I was a kid, man, the only guy that I could look up that had a name like myself was Mutombo. You know what I mean? Like. You know, you look at the name, and now you put in 2K, you see all these Africans. I see like after the Kumpo, like this makes me happy. Like you gonna say his name, you gonna respect his name. It's like, yo, that's the African name. You know what I mean? You see Embiid, like those are our names. You know what I mean? And so I want to see the Kabongos in the world. I want to see, you know what I'm saying? I want to see Longas in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see in 5 to 10 years is guys who like, yeah, I'm from Kinshasa, I'm from Goma, you know. I grew up in Unité, and now I'm in the league, and then now I'm investing back home. You know, that's my goal. You know, and it's gonna happen because that's why you have NBA Africa. They know.
They see it. Yep.
They know.
They see. Hey, Coach, there's one African player on each team.
Most definitely.
Almost 25% of the league.
Exactly.
The hardest league to get into. No disrespect to NFL.
They know.
Crazy.
They know the talent is there. There's a billion Africans in the continent alone. Just in a continent. There's a billion Africans, right? So you think about that, but then you think about how many Africans are in Europe. You know what I mean? And then you think about, man, North America, like all of our parents came in the 80s and the 70s. You know what I mean? Like, there's no census there. They don't know how many of us live here. And then when they say when it says a billion, that's estimate 2020. Like, you have U.S. Census, you got to fill in the paper and say they don't do that in Africa. What they do, they fly over and they say, well, here, probably X amount of people like, so the population is really between 8 to 20 million people. That's a guess. That's what I'm saying. So if we can go over there and invest, like I remember last year when we had a camp, and I was like, man, I had never seen so many 7-footers in my life. But if you think about it, it's a city of 20 million people. Of course, you just look at the mathematics. You can have a lot of top people. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, and I tell people the next Giannis Antetokounmpo is in Kinshasa. He's right now chilling somewhere.
10 years old.
Julie,
you want to ask him this the last question, or Patrick? I got one more. I'll ask him after, but you want to ask him our last question?
Yeah, I think you know, I asked the main question I wanted to ask.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have any particular.
Coach, first of all, Coach, has been like an.
Hey, I do got a question I want to throw out there. So, Coach, I mean, obviously there's you, but are there any other Congolese coaches here in the States or in Canada that doing similar work as you, or just in general that we don't know about?
I lost you.
Yeah, I think we lost you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, until he comes back here, Coach, who's your top 5 NBA, like your favorite top 5 NBA players?
Like all time?
All time. Let's get it.
So growing up in the 90s, and of course it's Jordan, right? Like that was my dude, right? Like everybody want to be like Mike. But then, I'm 36, so, AI was high school, so everybody want to be Iverson, like that's the time when N1 and he brought the street, the street to the game. So I said AI, Jordan, man, of course Mutombo, because I saw a dude like myself, and actually when I was in 6th grade when I started playing basketball, and one thing is my mom, like, she wasn't like the typical African. She always supported everything I wanted to do. Like my little brother raps, my little brother raps, and most African moms like, you want to rap? What's nonsense? But she was always behind. You know what I mean? Like when I played ball, she's like, hey, I remember she went out and bought the most expensive shoes for me to play. So she always my support. So when I started playing basketball in 6th grade, somehow, I don't know how she did it, she got Mutombo on the phone. Like straight up. So I got on the phone with him, and he was like, the first thing he asked me, he said, are you Congolese or are you American? And that still touched me to today, and that's so back in the days, I had the Mutombo shoes, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say Mutombo, Iverson, Jordan, I like the Knicks at the time period. So Patrick Ewing,
very underrated too, by the way.
So I was a Knicks fan, I like the brawlers of the Knicks, John Starks, so any of those guys. But so top 5, oh man, so top 3 definitely Iverson, Jordan, and Mutombo. These new young bloods, I'm a KD fan. I'm kind of built like him. T-Mac was my dude too, and then Vince Carter. So I know I gave a lot of names, but so Vince, T-Mac, Iverson, Jordan, Mutombo, Ewing, those were that's my guys that I idolized.
You got a good list, and it's funny because Mutombo gets overlooked, but he won Defensive Player of the Year 4 times.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? 4 times Defensive Player of the Year. That's incredible, and he's a Hall of Famer. You know
Hall
what I mean?
of Famer, man. Probably the best defensive big man in the league, ever had. So this dude was, in his first Congolese go to the finals, like, hey, he gave his best against Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like he's guarding Shaq, and that's when Shaq was just dropping 30 and 10 like it was nothing. So he did his thing. So
that tells you how good Shaq was, because look what he did to Mutombo. Mutombo's 4 times the Player of the Year. Yeah, Patrick, you have that? You ready for that question? Are you good?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, the question I was going to ask. So obviously we know, obviously you're coaching, but are there any other coaches, Congolese coaches, in the States or in Canada here on this side of the world?
Yeah. There's a lot of us, and that's one thing that, like I said, that I've been doing is you got Jeremy Kayeye, right? He's in Canada. He runs one of the best prep schools in Canada. You got Igor Rwanga. He's I don't know if you know, plays for Raptors, Chris Boucher. He coached Chris Boucher, guys. So you got Coach Igor, you got Coach Jeremy, you got Colombo, and he's in the Milwaukee Congolese. You got at least 10 coach high school, and then coach, you got Patrick Mutombo with the Raptors. You got Coach Chrétien Lukusa, who's at Morgan State. He's assistant coach. And all of us we either born here or came at an early age, You got Coach Grace, I forgot his last name, but he's up in Canada. He was one of the youngest professional coaches. He coached on the Canadian League. There's a lot of them, and even when I talk to them about the Congolese national team, I was like, hey man, I would love to be the national team head coach, but it's not even about me. If y'all better coach than me, and what if you can bring in, we need to go back and build. And what if we've learned here, bring it back. And all those guys, they'll come to my camp, and they'll be there, and we'll build a facility, and then we'll have what we have here in Congo. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not the only one. And then, like I said, yeah, I'm just like bridging the gap, you know. Kind of like growing up here, another dude I admire is Puff, right? Puff Daddy, right? Puff, whatever they call himself today, but he's not a musician, right? He's not a rapper, he's not a producer. What he does, he put people together, right? And then boom, make it hit. You know, you look at DJ Khaled, he can't play instruments, but he brings people together, and then you have a hit, and that's my thing. You know what I mean? I'm just want to bring folks together, and then we can make something successful, something that can last. You know, and like I said, and one of the like the highlight of like when I knew that like we could make it is when you had I'm from Mick Kabongo. He played University of Texas, and he was the first Congolese to be a high school All-American, right? McDonald All-American. Well, he played with Team Congo in 2017, and that team beat Nigeria at the Afro Basket, and they beat Nigeria, who were the Afro champ at the time. And I was like, I was watching the game online. I was like, yo, like this shows me that we can make it. We can make it. Right. And that team almost made it to the Olympics. They lost to Morocco. No, lost to Tunisia, like in overtime. You know what I mean? And that game would have got them to qualify for like the next round to get to the Olympics. But like in 4 years, like the next Olympics in Paris, then after that's in LA, I'm pretty confident that we can have a team that can make it. The last Congolese team that made the Olympics was 1996. And that was the girls team. Mobika, who also I've talked to her, and she's great. She is so great. If you anything about Congolese basketball, she want to help out, and she gives clinics and see all these people that you know that they love back home. Is the problem is everybody's trying to build their own thing, right? But if you can build together, we could be great. And
that's one of the things when we saw you online, we're like, hey, what can we do to help? Because you're already there and you know what you're doing. We're like, hey, whatever we can do to help. Because it's like, when we come together, it'll be great. Coach, we want to thank you. Coach, we want to thank you so much for, taking time out of your day to let us, talk to you about this. This is, you have no idea. I'm going to give you my 5.
Yeah.
Jordan's 1. Yeah. I've got Kareem 2, Kobe 3, Magic 4, LeBron 5.
That's good.
And then I probably have Tim Duncan 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like there's so many great players. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know who, exactly. I look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's top 10. Like the guy who's flawless. But you forget about him. You know what I mean? There's so many. And I don't want to disrespect Will Chamberlain. And even Mutombo, who's top 4. He's like 4.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, and that's why you look. I think it's like we saw that at the Eastern Conference. You had 3 Africans on the same squad. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have more. You're gonna have more. So we're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there. You're gonna be like, yo, you're gonna have like an African team. It's like, yo, these guys are legit.
Here we go. Remember the All-Star game? There was 3 African starters.
Yep.
Me and my American friends were like, yo, they're like, Baleko, there's 3 Africans starting. I said, that's crazy because we're only we've only been playing basketball maybe 30, 40 years. And it's not that's maybe the 3rd sport in Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that tells you the talent is there. But Coach, we ask everybody this question on the podcast. What is your spirit animal?
Man, leopard, man.
Yeah. Wait, it was nothing.
Born and raised, man. It's the leopard.
We're having a problem here. We're going to have to wrap it up.
I could say second after that's a lion, but it's definitely leopard, man. My last trip to Congo, I even bought a leopard tooth.
There's too many leopard in Congo.
That's me. Like I said, it's. I think my mom did a really good job of always preaching that you can lose first. You know what I mean? Like growing up, she never told me not to be American and not to embrace this culture, which I just remember where you come from. So growing up, I was in the most Congolese and I love Congo, but then it just after a certain age it hits you like, this is where you come from, and I'm the leopard, man. I love seeing my people succeed. I love seeing my country. I like that. That's my dream, man. It's seeing a flag, and in my classroom is a flag. I listen to Kofi. My classroom, my kids already know, you listen to Congolese music.
There it is.
You know what I mean? I rock the Congolese jersey in school with Jersey Day. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I'm an ambassador of the Congo. You know what I mean? these people got to know who we are, you know, and going to college, you know, in history, I learned a lot about history of our people. And I'm like, yo, there's no Africa with no Congo. Like that's
none.
Oh no,
none. You know, like I've met so many Africans, like, oh, you Congolese, yo, you know, you listen to Fali, man, I love your music, man, I love your culture. Like, we're the source, you know, so we're the sauce of Africa. So, the heart, man. So that's the thing. So
that's right.
Patrick, Julie, you guys have anything else to say to Coach?
Go ahead, Julian.
I'm a leopard too.
Spirit animal, yeah. Me is the Black Panther. I said a Black Panther, but that's just a mutated leopard.
Hey, it's the cousin. Yeah, it's the cousins, man. Same family.
Yeah.
60 million leopard.
Yeah. I just want to thank you so much, Coach, for really appreciate you. I mean, one of the I guess the good things that have come out of this whole Corona thing, because now everybody who we wanted to talk to, we were like, man, we just want to wait till they come here to LA, or if we're out there where they live. So, but now it's like, hey, you want to come on Zoom? We can do this podcast real quick.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for providing a platform.
Amazing.
Like my thing is to anybody might just speak about what I love, my culture in basketball, and then you guys provide me the platform and people who know who I am.
Yes,
sir. I am. I'm just one person. You know, I'm not even a Superman. I'm not even trying to boast or be like whatever. It's like, yo, we can build together and great things can happen. You know, I don't even have the formula. Is that you can't fake passion. I love my people. I love my country. I love the game of basketball. And basketball took me so many places. You know what I mean? Right. The reason I have a job today is I can take care of my kids because of basketball. You know, I'm a basketball coach and teacher. You know, and the reason I learned to talk trash, learn to fight, I learned to do anything because of basketball. Like everything that my whole life been around the game of basketball. So the only thing I can do to provide give back is play basketball. And then like my mom, she always said she played back home. She always talk about how she played. I never seen her play, and I was like, whatever. But the thing is, if I can help out, like, hey, she didn't have the opportunity, so provide. So that's how it is.
Right, Coach, you're doing great work, and you're a leader, and you're giving us hope. You have no idea. You're giving us hope because what you're doing is great work. We don't see it now, but in the future, watch. There's gonna be like a Coach Nyembo like a court. You'll see.
That's my goal, man. That's my goal, man. That's the goal, man. To have the arena and then for people to come to the group and like I see it here, I'm like, why not us? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Why not us? You know. So
well, Coach, please make sure we'll email you, and if you can email us that list of what you need, so you know.
I'm gonna give you the list. I'm gonna give you people. I'm gonna give you everything, man. It's most definitely. Appreciate it.
You're the bomb, Coach. All right, thank you so much, Coach.
That's great meeting you.
Actually, matter of fact, Coach, tell the people where they can follow you.
Oh yeah, so I'm on Instagram, DR Congo Basketball, right? Also Twitter and Facebook. Website drcongobasketball.com or drcongobasketball.org. Either both of them will go straight to me. And then from there you can contact me. I respond. I try to respond to every message. You have a video of you playing basketball. You want me to share them on the page. I will share it. It's if you want to anything. So drcongobasketball.com. That's the website. Congo Hoops. Hashtag Congo Hoops. Hashtag DR Congo Basketball. That's the thing. So everywhere I go, I wear my logo, I wear my jersey, I wear everything, and I think one of our kids in the near future play NBA, and that's what it is.
And we'll put all these links in the bio, so when people go on the YouTube,
we're also on YouTube. We're everywhere. So any social site. So DR Congo Basketball is you'll see us. You'll see us. So that's
great. So you can follow us, Bantu Boyz, on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. We are on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Peace.